different kinds of ways of thinking when it comes to food. And some is cooked and some is not cooked. Most of it's not cooked, but the Ayurvedic way is about cooked. Even raw food can be cooked up to 118 degrees Fahrenheit without really losing a lot of the nutrition that's in it. But also there's macrobiotic, which is blanched food. And people have beaten cancer with both raw foods and macrobiotics. So you can't say, well, this is right and this is wrong. They're all right. It's all about putting good things inside your body. The scenario is with raw food, the main thing about today is that it's still alive. You know, when we kill food, like, when you kill food, you kill all the nutrients, the vitamins, the minerals, the stuff we're supposed to eat. But this food has all of it, and you're really just feeding your body and not your mind. All the food in the world is about feeding your mind, and scientists be able to circumvent the triggers in your brain to make you think something is great when it's actually destroying your body. This stuff, you don't need that. But in order to really be able to appreciate this kind of food here, it's very important to get off of sugars and to get off of processed food, because it's a waste of a meal. There's more nutrition in $1 than there is in the processed food that you paid $1 for. And people say, well, I don't have a lot of money, but if you buy processed food and you're throwing that money away. So the little money that you have, you're throwing it away. So the important thing is, the thing I've learned is to put good things in, and not be like so extremist. Like, I'm a raw food vegan, but I don't eat raw food all the time. I don't have a disease. It's really great if you have cancer, if you have diabetes, to go all raw, or to Ayurvedic or macrobiotic. But if you want to prevent it, you don't want to take any pharmaceuticals unless you need it to not die. What you want to do is you want to feed your body with really great stuff to prevent disease. The good thing, the really good thing to know is that in comedy, the same way, where there's verbal and nonverbal, there's eating and a very important part of your day, which is not eating. Because the way our bodies work, once we eat, we start this machine working, the enzymes and the organs working in our body. And your immune system's working and everything's working. So when you stop eating at like 7 o'clock at night or 8 o'clock at night, now your body can repair itself. This is the time to repair your body and let it get repaired. And then I don't actually eat anything solid till about 12:30 or 1. Because I need that whole time to get younger, to have my skin be better, to have my hair be thicker, for my immune system to do what it needs to do. People say cancer runs in my family. It runs in everybody's family. Less than 5% of cancer is genetic. The rest of it is caused by the society and the air and the water. And the way to stop that is to eat this way, or at least to sort of prevent that. Some people in here like meat, and most people like meat, and there's nothing wrong really with meat. The problem with meat is it takes so long to digest that it turns into acid and sugars inside your body. But if you want meat, make it 20% of your meal, and make sure there's no hormones or steroids in it. And it's hard to find that, but you're lucky in this area to be able to find really great stuff. So don't be afraid of having meat or fish. Be scared of chicken, because chicken is the number one. The chickens that are really taken care of are great, and that's 5% of them. But 95% of chickens are Franken chickens, and they're the number one cause of meat for cancer, in America. Then we say, well, I don't eat red meat, I have chicken. Well, go back to the red meat.
Can you just comment on the paleo diet, because it's like everywhere?
Well, first of all, diets don't work ever, because it's about not having something that you want. The reason why the diet industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry is because diets don't work. If they worked, they wouldn't make any money. So diets don't work. You don't want to you want to have the thinking of, I'm going to put good stuff in my body, and if you get away from the sugars, because sugar is evil, 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 and you get away from the processed stuff so your body doesn't have to break it down, and it doesn't give you any nutrition whatsoever. It just makes your immune system have a fight that it never needs to fight. And so like the paleo diet is too much meat. There's protein in sprouts. Sunflower sprouts has more protein than any red meat there is. But we don't know that because the meat industry has a shitload of money. We think milk does a body good, and the truth is it's an inflammatory. So if you have diabetes or you have gout or anything like that, you're only exacerbating the situation. One thing I want to bring back is I say I don't eat till 12:30 or 1. From in the morning, I wake up, the first thing I do is I have lemon water, because it just cleans my body. Then I do a double shot of wheatgrass, or you can do E3 Live, which is blue-green algae, and that is a detoxer. So, you know, from walking around in New York, the gas and the fumes and everything and the water and all that stuff, so I have a shot of wheatgrass or E3 Live, and then I make a green juice. And you know, the interesting thing about food and fruit, like vegetables and fruit, should never be eaten together, because vegetables take 2 hours to digest, fruit takes 20 minutes. You put the fruit in with the vegetables, the fruit's going to get stuck because it can't digest, and it's going to turn into sugar and acid, and you become acidic. So eat the fruit first. Melons alone or leave them alone. Don't mix the fruits. As fun as it's like that, don't mix them, because it makes it harder for your body to break them down. So just pick one fruit that you love, like raspberries, and just love them and savor them and enjoy them. And then, so when you're making a juice, you can mix fruit and vegetables in a juice because it goes right to your bloodstream. But eating them, it's different. So I juice in the morning, and I just really juice green, everything green, because that's the phytonutrients from the sun. That's the natural healers of the world. The other thing to also not talk about, to get away from raw, the spleen needs warm food. So if you're only raw, you have to be careful, you know. But be raw a lot of the time. I don't know if you'll agree, because I don't know everything about the Ayurvedic, but I know how great it is, and I know how great macrobiotic diet is. So, you know, there's different thoughts in there. But just remember, all you have to do is remember, put mostly good things in, and then your body really reacts to it. I did really well with it. I went off because, you know, I let myself have stress and this kind of stuff, and I ate sort of unconsciously, and then I just felt horrible. And I started about a month and a half ago, going right back. Now I feel like $1 million, because our bodies are like, you know, it's like our cars. We put so much care into our cars, but we just don't care about what's going on the inside of us. You know, for me, I look back, I'll give you an example of someone who's not me. Anthony Hopkins became a raw foodist. If you watch an Anthony Hopkins film from recently and then go 20 years ago, he looks younger in his films now because he's become conscious about the way he eats. There is a way to protect ourselves from disease. Build your immune system. There are ways to get younger and to keep your youth. It's protecting your immune system. How do you do that? By putting good foods in your body. People say, well, you know, there's everything in moderation. Well, no, you wouldn't want to get hit in the head with a lead pipe in moderation. You know, all right, so once in a while you take a little thing and there's dairy in it, okay. It's not going to kill you, because your immune system is so psyched and tight. It's going to say, what the hell are you doing to me? I'm working so hard, and you throw this dairy in there, and now the zinc is coming out, and I'm losing the calcium, and you know, all that kind of stuff that I can't absorb. Like if you drink a glass of pasteurized milk, all the vitamin D and A is gone. Then